I've struggled with creativity my entire life. Not that I can't create, because I can. Not that I have writer's block. Not that I can't write music. Not that I... See what I mean? We sit there and we have to go, well, I'm struggling with creativity. Is it because you can't? Or is it because it wants to do something and you refuse to listen to its calling? Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. So have you done it yet? Your mind exercises. Yeah, mental exercises. Working that mind. My mother used to keep her mind in constant activation. From playing with numbers to crocheting. She even did puzzles in those magazines. One of my brain activators is loading a paper sack at the grocery store. Oh, I refuse to just throw anything into those bags. I am very serious about this. It has to be the right food group, and it must be positioned in a way that reminds me of the mid-'80s video game Tetris. Exercising the imagination, or it's going to turn on you. Creating a path of self-inner distraction and or destruction. Being aware of how you think requires the participation of the outer personality, such as putting things in a paper sack. Everything it does, feels, smells, listens to, and says has a direct link to how you think. So, I do daily mental exercises to keep the senses in shape and in place. Okay, I want to stop there for just a moment because we're in post-production right now, and the way that it was being shared in that moment and how he felt in that moment led to that releasing of energy where he took in the air and then he just released. And see, that's what I learned through meditation, is learning how to bring the universe in. So in post-production, in listening to the message that he was sharing, you could feel his energy building up. And then all of a sudden, after he shared it, he went into a form of meditation, and that's what Nidra does. Now, we're going to continue on with what this is all about, but I wanted you to experience how energy moves through the body, but so many times we don't recognize as it's moving through your body. But I'm going to play that part over again so that you can hear it again, and then we'll grow forward from there, and how he picked himself back up. Putting things in a paper sack. Everything it does, feels, smells, listens to, and says has a direct link to how you think. So, I do daily mental exercises to keep the senses in shape and in place. And the reason why I do this is because I turn very quickly and I can bring injury to something that really was appearing to be a great day. Mind exercises. Build up your confidence. Allow yourself to find a depth of certainty. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. It is my mind exercise to do this every single morning, to put myself in a place of thought, to work those inner muscles, to do something other than watch TV, check in with the news department, read your emails. Oh, what's going on Facebook and Instagram? Oh, I didn't check in with TikTok. Yeah, not brain busting, but rather mental exercising. This is The Daily Mess. A captive imagination. That would say a trapped or imprisoned form of wanting to express, right? A captive imagination. What about a captive audience? It's no different. Unable to leave. I've always believed in the spirit of free form, doing all I can to not be held up or held back to what appears to be impossible. Yet at the same time, the goal is to captivate the audience as well as the imagination. That has a completely different message. To get something from captive versus captivated. Now, many times I feel like I can't break free of a great binge watch. I'm being held captive because it's so damn captivating. The opposite of all of this is where so many begin to fall off the path. We've lost interest, failed in faith, a lack of ambition, and or a reason to participate. Becoming aware of the layers introduces your subconscious to the present. When losing interest, where does the heart take its next step? How much do you want to invest? Is it better to be captive or captivated? I don't mind being captive if I know that there is a door somewhere. This isn't going to be like Hotel California where you can't leave. But I'm also very interested in captivating a thought, to be able to listen to it, to get something from it, to be able to feel, to build upon it. But I don't want to be held captive, because that's where my addictions begin. I've always believed that me putting paint on a canvas and going all the way to having shows as far away as New Orleans, because I was captive to that canvas. I couldn't break free from that canvas. I was captivated by it, but I was captive. Now, what about my daily writing? I've been doing it for almost 29 years now. Am I captive to it or captivated? I learn from it. I take from it. But if I don't do it tomorrow, doesn't that mean that I have freed myself from being captive to it? And why? Why do I choose to do it every day? Well, it was because in August of 1997, I challenged myself to physically write a piece of poetry every day. No matter what, I have to write a piece of poetry every day, because I was going to release a new book of poetry. I wanted to be seen as a poet and not somebody who writes books of adventure, mystery, murder, drama. I am a poet. Well, after 1,021 days, I realized, you know what? My captive imagination kept me from really writing poetry. But I became captivated by what was put on paper, and that's what became my first two books, One Man's 1,021 Thoughts and Another 1,021 Thoughts. But there is a difference. Are you being held captive, or are you captivated by something that you're getting something from? Understanding the difference between the two words allows your heart to become clearer with a picture. You don't want to erase everything inside your heart. There goes your compassion. There goes your understanding, your willingness to grow. You just want to clear your heart. Leave some junk in that trunk and become captivated by discovering new things. I'm Arroe, and that's The Daily Mess.